Welcome to the Book Carriers, your favorite book club podcast.
I'm Cassandra, the hopeless romantic book carrier.
I'm Angela, the logical book carrier.
And I'm Becca, the sentimental book carrier.
We are three 30-something best friends and busy moms who live vicariously through the stories we read.
So grab your cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's get lost in a great book together.
Hello, book carriers. We are back for our 25th episode. Can you believe that? 25 episodes. And I am joined, of course, by the gorgeous Angela and Cassandra. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay. So this is it. This is our final episode of the first season of the Book Carriers. We are so thrilled and we are so grateful that we are finishing up an entire season. This has been a dream of ours, and we did it. We made it through the whole season. All 2 listeners of you that have listened to it, we love you guys, and we are so appreciative. No, I'm just kidding. There are a few more. Our OGs. Yes, there are a few more of you than 2, and we love every single one of you. But we did want to take a moment just to say thank you, because we have grown on social media from absolutely nothing to little by little, brick by brick. We've gotten some followers. We're still small, but it feels so tight-knit. And we have the same people that comment on things and like things. And we see you, we hear you, and thank you for supporting our dream. So we did want to make sure that we ended the season with gratitude first and foremost. So thank you. We want to take some time, of course, today to wrap up the season by telling you guys what we plan to be reading throughout the summer. We all have kiddos. We all need some time just to spend with family. So that's why we decided to take a little summer break, but we'll be back in the fall with full episodes twice a month, introducing the book and then reviewing a book. But in the meantime, during the summer, we're not taking a break from socials. We'll still be posting on socials, saying hi, checking in, doing reviews. And that's what we wanted to talk about today, was what books can you look forward to seeing us review this summer and what is on our personal TBRs. So I thought that we would get started with that. And of course, I think that we're all in the middle of some reads. Is that right? We're all reading. Yes. So maybe we could start with what we're currently reading that we need to finish before we move into like our complete TBR. So Cassandra, what are you currently reading that you need to wrap up?
I need to wrap up a couple books, and these are books that we've all kind of talked about, mid book yaps and things like that. So if you've been an OG listener, you kind of know. But to finish, and I will finish these, I have been wanting to finish them all year. So Mistborn, first and foremost, I think that's going to be one that I tackle first. I'm really kind of into the story it's building. It's getting there. I'm really liking it. So Mistborn. Second is Keeping 13. I gots to finish it.
How have you not finished that yet?
Like I told you, I got to a certain part and I was like, I just want to freeze it in time.
Yeah.
But I will finish it, and I will go through all the pain that I know is coming.
Oh my gosh, please record yourself. Please record
definitely.
Because
this is going to be all over.
There's a certain part that I'm like, I'm doing this right now for you.
Oh my gosh.
And see, I can feel it coming. I can feel it.
I know you can.
So, yeah.
And so Keeping 13 is a sequel, right? To Binding 13.
To Binding 13.
Yes,
Shout out to our Binding
on the podcast. If you like that series, go back and listen, because we did cover the first book. So.
And I just have to say, like, for our listeners, a little behind the scenes, it's our most popular episode, and Binding 13. So that was a surprise to me, and it's a
People
YA.
love it.
It is so good. I remember that's, reflecting on our season this season here. That was just one of the books that I carried, and I still stick by that. That is a book that I will carry, and that's why I'm finishing the second book, The Keeping 13, because I'm excited to see how the series goes, like where it goes. And
are you gonna read Joey's too?
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know at this point. I'm still trying to get through Keeping 13. So, like, definitely Binding 13, I feel like I could go back and reread that one, but I'm just not sure yet. So we'll see. We'll see after Keeping 13. I'll keep y'all posted.
Yes, please do. And didn't they just release the final one, Becca?
I saw some buzz.
It's not the final. It's just the next one. But yeah, it's sitting right here on my TBR that we will get into in a few minutes.
Speaking of TBRs. So yeah. So I got Mistborn going on. I've got Keeping 13. And then I'm excited for this one. This is my quote unquote physical read that I plan to read on vacay. Ooh. I'm going to Colorado And so I think this is going to be a perfect one. I'm so excited. This is one I'm planning to specifically read there. So you guys know this, of course, never lie. I'm a Frida McFan, so I'm going to read. This is going to be my physical that I'm reading. I'm going to read it on my phone. It's going to be my Kindle phone, my Kindle phone app. But that's going to be one that I'm not going to audiobook it. So at least I say that now. We'll find out. Keep up with us on socials.
I can't wait for you to read that one. That is so exciting. So you've already started that one, right?
I have started it.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are my
to start those books and not like just plow through them. Both Keeping 13 and Never Lie. I think I read it like 24 hours. They're both so good.
Yeah, I think I'm like on chapter like 2, 3, where it's like really like it starts so fast and it's like already creepy, and I'm really intrigued by it. And I remember where I stopped reading, and I feel like I can just pick it up and just like get in that place again. So I'm really excited to actually like have time and like do it. So those are my 2 finish.
Is that the therapist one? The Never Lie? Is that Becca? You've read it? Yeah. Okay.
Phenomenal.
That on my TBR.
My favorite Frida book
is conflicting.
by far.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I'm excited.
Yes.
So
great.
That's awesome.
Oh, those are good reads. I can't wait to see your posts and stuff on those. So that's exciting. Angela, what are you currently reading?
So my to be finished and what I'm currently in the middle of is actually 2 series. And you guys, of course, are familiar with one. It's Zodiac Academy. I know.
That's not even on my radar or on my list. Like, that's how, disassociated I am from that series. But
I tried it.
I
tried it. I'm so close to it's still in the back of my mind, but I'm so close to like a DNF. I almost put it on my TBR this summer, but I'm like, I don't know.
Which one are you on?
I'm on the lot. Well,
is the ninth one? The ninth one. The ninth one that's called Restless Stars. Are you on that one?
That's
or have you started it?
I had started it, yeah.
Okay. I'm like 10% of the way in too, but I started it a few months ago and I'm the exact same way. Like it's been so hard and I've been like contemplating DNFing it, but I'm like, I cannot DNF this. Like we've read the entire series.
We have put in so many hours reading this series. That is the only reason that I'm even considering finishing it is because we have put in so much time and heartbreak and emotion that I'm like, I just have to see how this ends. Like,
exactly.
I might not enjoy the journey, but I got to get there. So so I understand it, but man,
that's exactly. I'm pushing myself.
I need to know what you think of it first before I try to get it.
It's like series of unfortunate events. I think I've said that a million times, and I hated that series as a kid. And I hate the adult version of it now. Like, I'm like, this is awful. When I could be reading a sports romance, like, where everybody gets, like, a happy ending in every way. I'm like, no. Like, the turmoil is too much.
I will say the 8th was a little hard to get through, but I pushed through.
So hard, yeah.
And, the 9th.
I feel like if I can push through 8, I should be able to finish 9. Yeah. But I don't know.
I'm forcing myself. So even though I'm like, every time I'm like pick up a page, but so yes, that's on my to be finished. So I'm going to exactly what you said, Becca. We've put in so much time into this series, so much emotion, so much heartbreak. I need to know how this finishes. So that's on my to be finished. The other to be finished is Throne of Glass, which I'm also halfway through that series. I know I've read the first 3. And that is a 8-book series. So I'm pretty much halfway. But it's been a couple years, I think 2 years since I last read the series. And there's like a lot of a conversation over the order that you should read it. The Assassin's
that's what I was going to ask you. What
prologue.
Order did you choose to read it in?
Yeah, I read the first 3 of the series, and then right in the middle, I chose to read Assassin's Blade, which is the prologue. But I should know myself better because I hate going back in time and like filling in the blanks. So I should have just started with the Assassin's Blade. So my suggestion for anybody who doesn't like timelines or like jumping back or flashbacks is like just read Assassin's Blade first, even though it kind of spoils a few things, but whatever. That's my recommendation.
I can't do that. I have to read in publication order because I'm like, this is coming from an author's brain. And like, there's going to be reasons why she wants you to know this now. You know what I mean? So I feel like I can't read out of publication order. I feel like that defeats like what the author's purpose of how she wanted you to read the series. So I think that even though I know that you think that you should have done that, you probably are doing it exactly the way you're supposed to. So
Yeah. And I mean, I granted, I will say, like, it was surprising, like, what I found out in the first 3, and it would have been ruined by, like, the prologue, the Assassin's Blade. But but it's been so long since I read them. So I'm going to finish the prologue, and then I'm going to go back and reread, like, the first 3 just to refresh my memory, and then continue. And I'm looking forward to people do tandem reads. I think the 5th or the 6th one, I don't know, I have to like look it up, but they do tandem reading. They read them at the same time, because it's the same storyline but different POVs. And so I'm like really, really looking forward to that. So that's definitely going to be on my
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
so.
maybe I should put Throne of Glass on my TBR because you're making me excited to read it.
I knew that I would get
I'm like looking at my stack.
TBR.
I'm like, can I read 8 more books plus all of these? We'll see.
8 more books.
We'll see. It's the summer, you know. We're just...
So, do you plan to read the entire series and have that and finish it this summer? The series?
That's the hope. The hope.
That's exciting.
So 8 books. Are you writing this down, Cassandra? I was like, are you putting it on your TBR?
Yes.
I think that
low key.
Yes, I am. Fun to do a Throne of Glass episode. Everybody loves the series, so I think that it would be fun to do.
Ooh. I'm just having, this is my TBR for like later. This is my later TBR. The Zodiac Academy, because I definitely want to do that.
This is to be read later. This is TBR LL.
I'm trademarking that now.
Yes.
Yeah, TBR
LL. This is like in the future.
I kind of like the idea of us reading Throne of Glass over the summer and maybe doing like mini episodes on our social media. I don't know.
I like it. Okay, so just throw out your TBRs. Something there. Completely.
Right?
No, it's fun.
That's funny.
I know that the series is supposed to be phenomenal and emotional and a great, like, you'll never read anything like it type, which is exactly why I haven't read it yet, because I'm just like, I'm not ready to be emotionally invested in anything like that yet. But if we're all doing it together, then I would be down.
Maybe I'll have to convince him.
But yeah, the first us, we're both like, okay.
It's on my list.
But the end of episode, we're done. Like, that's our TBR. Sorry.
I will say the first 2, I remember being slow, and you just kind of have to push through, and it got really good. I think midway through the 3rd one, I was like hooked. So I don't know if y'all can push yourselves to finish or to read those slow. Yeah. So
I think Cassandra and I are easier to entertain, like in the way
of
like no, but in just like the way of like it being, I don't know, like a build. I don't know. I feel like we'd be okay.
But I think it's the pacing, though. I think the pacing is maybe a little too slow. So
yeah, I might have a hard time because I'm. As soon as you said that, where it was like you got to get through the first 2, I was like, this is another ACOTAR situation.
Oh yeah, which is the same.
I still got to finish that.
You didn't like that, so yeah, maybe so.
I still got to finish that. Hold on, I got to put that on my TBR later because I really do have to finish that. It's so funny too, hearing that it's like the same author, and it's like, wow.
Okay, so maybe we shouldn't put it.
Well, it's on the TBR later. That's why it's on there. Okay. If Becca starts it and says, Cassandra, you need to, then I'll join.
Yeah, but I said that about ACOTAR, and you're still on the first one. So.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
I know exactly where I'm at. You don't want to be helped. I have to read it. I have to because I still have Anna's books and I need to give them back.
Anna does not care in the slightest. She has not even thought about the fact that you have those since she lent them to you. I would bet money. You could leave that in this episode because she will listen and she will say the same thing because she.
I know she will listen. She'll say, "Hurry up! It's been years." She'll get a kick out of it for sure.
Yeah. No,
but the thing is, like, it's a hope and a want and a wish. I do, like I said, it's my later. It's definitely something I intend to do. I know I can push through it because I pushed through Zodiac. Speaking of our Zodiac stuff, I almost didn't read Zodiac, and what a shame that would have been.
That would have been a shame. I don't think we'd be here today.
Right.
They
need to rewrite
Ruthless Boys. So good. That for me just made it all worth it.
What?
Ruthless Boys?
The Ruthless Boys.
Oh.
You didn't like that one, Becca?
I did not.
I liked it. How did you not like it?
I don't like reverse harems. Like, I do not.
Okay,
well, not my jam. And
let's
Angela,
not
get
into
that look off your face.
I wasn't even saying anything, doing anything.
You were like,
you don't have to. I loved the characters in that story.
The banter
characters were
between
so
all of them
different.
were so
Yeah,
fun.
I obviously, I mean, I read them all and I like
Mhm.
ate them up. I obviously liked them, but compared to Zodiac, like I text Angela like the second that I like flew through the last book so it would just finally be over and I could get back to Darius. And like the first like page of the next book, whenever I went back to Zodiac, like
a sigh of relief.
like my people, like these are like this is my person, these are my people.
Yeah.
I was so happy to be back.
I was so different, man. Darius and what's his Lance, they don't do it for me. I don't really like either of them. No, yeah, I don't like either
I won't take the
Lance is
slander of
annoying.
Darius on this podcast.
Also, yeah, leave Lance alone, please.
Lance,
please.
ugh, he's
Lance can
annoying.
go, but Darius,
yes,
leave
he's so
him
annoying.
alone.
He's so annoying. I'm like, I could do without your
he's the
story, whole
worst.
storyline.
He
Just
really is the
delete
worst.
The twin.
But Darius,
Delete the
what'd you say? Did I miss it?
twin. She said delete the twin.
Just that whole storyline with Lance, with Darcy.
Oh my gosh,
I could do without
love
them.
their storyline. I
She
love
said
Lance.
the twin.
I love Darius.
God.
Man, that's kind of harsh.
That was a
Little did we
harsh.
know. Are we reviewing Zodiac? Let's review Zodiac.
You know, I was
Me
thinking
too.
like we should do like a little bonus episode, but just like a whole bunch of games with Zodiac. You know, like kiss, marry, kill, or
I
like
can already
things like
tell y'all's feelings on Lance. I had no idea y'all hated him so much. I love
do.
him.
I feel like I skimmed their chapters.
Right. I mean,
I
remember
skimmed some
that scene.
chapters for sure.
Better not be
I forget
Darius.
who.
That's
No.
But I don't. But you know, I don't really like Tori all that much either. So I don't know why I liked the books as much as I did. They were so addictive. They were so addictive.
I think it was like we talk about like enemies to lovers. Like that is a true enemies to lovers.
Yes,
true.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, but did y'all read the novella of the first book told from the boy's point of view?
Yes, I did.
Because Andrew, you should. I feel like it gave me a different appreciation for the first book because like everybody hates the first book, right?
Oh,
but then whenever you read it from the boy's point of view, it's just I don't know. It makes it. Nothing will make what they did acceptable, but it just like you get their inner dialogue that you totally lacked, of course. In the first one.
You get a whole bunch of Darius.
So much Darius.
I'm put it on my to be read later. Boys POV. My ZA boys POV. I gotta hear it.
Oh my!
Yeah, I think we should do like a bonus episode.
I think
just
so
the
too.
Name Academy reactions or something.
Okay, so because of Angela's, we all scrapped our TBRs. We need to do a Zodiac episode. Okay, well, thank you, Angela, for all the bright ideas.
So I could tell us.
I'm currently reading a few books, two mainly, but I'm still reading Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is the book about the octopus, which I really, really am enjoying. I feel like the writing is really stellar. I'm really liking all the characters and stuff, but there's really like there's no romance in it. It's just a fictional novel that's supposed to make you think and you know whatever. And so it just takes me a bit longer when I don't have that like pull, you know, to it. But I am really enjoying it. But I am reading that. But in order to cleanse my romance palette while I'm reading, I also started reading the Mile High series, which is an athlete romance series based off of a hockey team. I mean, just my like cup of tea.
Right. Up your alley.
Yes, but the last book just came out, which is why I think it was on like my For You page so much. And so many people were saying how much they liked it, and it's all on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm like, say
might
less.
as well.
Yeah, so I'm reading the first one right now. It's called Mile High. I'm like 30% into it. I like it okay. It's not my favorite sports romance so far, but I've heard that they're like the second and third one are supposed to be really amazing. So I'm just kind of trying to get through it. But it's definitely cleansing that palette. It's a little bit more like raunchy than I've been trying to read and keep away from, but plowing through it. It's fine.
I love that we're all sorry, just a little comment. I love that we're all kind of like trying to push through books. I don't know what that says.
I think
well, we talked about it.
Yes, we talked about
we
it
should
a little
share
bit before off camera that we're at least Cassandra and I are having some book hangovers from Say You'll Remember
First
Me.
one.
I mean, I've had them before, but this one is pretty hefty. I'm like, I mean, like, I haven't even started the Emily Henry book that I was so excited to read.
Oh, yeah.
It's on my TBR. That book should have been done and read by now if I hadn't been, like, in the middle of a book hangover. But yeah, it's just, I'm still living in that story. I still think about it a lot.
It's a new feeling for me, this whole book hangover business. I just have to say, this is the first that I've had, so that's why I made sure I have my to finish list before I get up to my to be read, my TBR.
Yeah,
So
we got to get through these, guys. We picked them up and we were drawn to them for a reason. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Well, let's start with our TBRs. We're gonna kind of just switch off. We all have.
I just have one actually
that we want to share. Well,
I just have one that
have Throne of Glass, so it's literally like the entire TBR.
Yeah, I just have one that I'm going to share more specifics about. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. So we're all going to alternate, and then
let's go
talk about them a little bit. My TBR is substantially larger because I could not pick, and I didn't want to commit to just one or two, so I have a plethora. I'll only go into detail on a couple, and then the others I'll just list off for y'all, so I won't bore y'all too much. So, but Cassandra, you start. What's first on your TBR?
Yes. So I do want to say like a little mini note before I get to my TBR, because this is almost like my TBR, like my baby TBR, my pre-TBR.
Oh gosh.
All these terms, Cassandra. I don't know. You're gonna have to like
Are you guys following?
We're gonna have to have a list on the screen, a little dictionary, like what these mean.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is the pre-TBR. So basically I feel like anything I do want to read something else by Abby Jimenez this summer, because I feel like I deserve that.
You do.
Especially 100%. Like being in this book. Yeah, being in this book hangover. I don't know which one yet. That's why it's like anything by Abby Jimenez.
That's what you need to start with.
Part of Your World. Let me write it down, y'all. I'm gaining my TBR. So Part of Your World.
Read the last 3. Because you'll want to, because remember she writes standalones, but they're connected. So you want to read them in publication order so you get the Easter eggs, right?
Gotcha.
So Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer.
Okay, so I think Part of Your World is a good place to start, and I'll remember that for sure. So anything Abby Jimenez, we're narrowing it down to Part of Your World. So excited now. I have something. It's there. And then I've heard so many good things. Yes, I've heard so many good things about the Hunger Games prequels.
Oh, yeah.
That I've heard that the Ballad of Songbirds is pretty good. But definitely Sunrise on the Reaping. My sister-in-law just rants and raves about it. So I trust her. And so that is on the list. I'm not going to describe that one because, that's out there. I'm just joining the train. I'm just, going to be part of it, part of the experience too. So you want to go, Becca?
Oh, me? Because mine doesn't really need a whole lot of explanation either. This is my pre-TBR, as Cassandra would say.
I'm coining the term.
So Taming 7 and Redeeming 10. So these are the next books in the Keep Binding 13 series, the Boys of Tommen series. So I have not read Gipsy's book yet, which is what this one is. This one's been out for a while, but I haven't read it yet because I love Gipsy and Claire so much. If you listen to our episode, you know that they are my favorite. And I'm not ready to be hurt yet. And I know that I will be hurt. But I know I need to read this one before I read Redeeming 10, which just came out yesterday. Got it at Barnes & Noble today. So I'm super excited. This is about Lizzie and Hugh. So, but this one, from what I understand, it takes place before even, because Joey's books backtrack a little bit and then they overlap where Keeping and Binding take place. But from what I understand, Lizzie and Hugh's book goes back even like before then, like when they were kind of like kids. Oh. So I think we're going to get a lot of answers as to why Lizzie is the way that she is. So, and
interesting.
I know I talked about her a little bit on the podcast. Anybody who's on Book Talk knows Larry. She loves these. She's actually like, the publishing company has had her do like some special edition art design for like certain special editions and stuff. So she's obsessed with the series. She's been like posting like her like check-ins while she's been reading this one. She's like sobbing.
Oh my gosh.
Sobbing. And I'm just like, I just am not ready. But at the same time, like, I want to be a part of it. So this is first on my list.
Love it. Respect it.
Yeah. So, and I just kind of want to be done with the series and I want to like emotionally move on because I feel like I've sat in it for so long. So yeah. But Angela,
Good one.
Yeah, man, I guess I wasn't as prepared as y'all were today, because I do have like a whole bunch on my like TBR, like that, like another Abby Jimenez book, like maybe getting to like Keeping 13, because I do want to read like Joey's books. So there's a whole bunch, but I think just being realistic, I think Throne of Glass is going to take up probably my entire summer.
That is
that's totally fair.
Understandable.
Yeah. So I'm like, I kind of put it as my goal. I'm like, I'm gonna finish that series, and it's gonna probably take up all my time. But I do want to share one more book, and this is going to be by an indie author. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it. Yeah, it's called Dr. Diarco. I don't even know how you say it, but Dr. Diarco, Sorcerer of London, and it's by Calvin. But yeah, it's a gothic romance, gothic fantasy romance, historical romance, paranormal, and a little bit, gothic fantasy romance, historical, and paranormal. So it's
Sounds
like
right
I've never,
up your alley.
Yes, but I've never read anything like that. So that's why I'm interested in it. And it's a long book. So in the Kindle version, it's 900 pages.
Okay.
Isn't that insane?
How much was Manacled on the Kindle?
Oh gosh, I think it was like 1,000 pages.
So this is going to be like same.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's going to be like Manacled vibes. Like that's why when I saw it, I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to scratch that itch to find something similar. Yeah, because it's about a sorceress, a dark professor of sorcery, and like his apprentice, like the female main character is his apprentice, and they have to like join forces to like defeat some sort of like villain or rival. And so yeah, it's mystery, it's adventure, it's supernatural, it's eerie and suspenseful. So I don't really know what to expect. I think I'm just gonna go into it and go into it for the vibes. I did read a few reviews about it, and a few reviews did say like it's a little bit too long and it could have been edited down, which makes sense because this is an indie author too,
right?
And so they didn't have like a big time editor, and so
yeah.
But I personally like long books, so I'm curious to feel my experience with that. Like maybe I'll enjoy it and I'll be able to savor it. Cassandra, you're like, face. No, don't sign me up for that.
Yeah, she's like, please don't make us review that for the podcast.
No.
I would never do that to y'all.
You made us read Manacled.
Oh,
but that's different because that's like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No hate to Manacled. Don't come after me. All of you.
Hate.
Yeah,
no, it sounds interesting. The historical plus the paranormal.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Kind of sounds like Discovery of Witches a little bit. Like that that series.
Is that a TV show?
It's a book and then it's also a TV series based off the book. But yeah, it's very like academia, gothic, witch type vibe. So, but this sounds a little bit darker even than Discovery of Witches.
Yeah, I'll be curious. So definitely check out our social media for my review and my thoughts on it. But yeah, little super quick synopsis. The sorcerer, so the male character, seeks an apprentice to join him in banishing a ghastly rival. And Elizabeth, the female main character, proves to have precisely the talent he requires. So they have to join forces and they fall in love, apparently. So interesting.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to read a 900-page book in the midst of Throne of Glass.
Yeah, no wonder that's your entire TBR. Yeah, that makes sense. That. Yeah,
you can do it. If anybody can, you can.
Yes. We'll see.
I believe in you.
I'll keep y'all updated.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, Cassandra.
Okay, yes.
Is this your actual TBR or pre-TBR?
Yes, I have two more. I have two more. This is my actual TBR.
Okay. A TBR. Actual TBR.
Yes, my ATBR, my Atber. Okay. So this one is along the same lines. I talked about this one too. This is another recommendation from my sister-in-law, so I'm very excited. This is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. Have y'all heard of this one?
I've heard of that one. I haven't read it, but I've heard it's good.
I think it would be a fun one, and maybe I should just wait. I don't know. So here's the little synopsis, so that way you guys can tell me. So it is. This is from Goodreads. Goodreads says this is fried green tomatoes, which I read. Did y'all read that one?
Mm-mm.
No. That's like an old one. So Fried Green Tomatoes and Steel Magnolias meets Dracula in this southern flavored supernatural thriller set in the 90s about a women's book club that must protect its suburban community from a mysterious and handsome stranger who turns out to be a blood-sucking fiend. Not a friend, but a fiend. So sounds interesting.
It does.
So
It
I'm
sounds
excited.
fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Steel Magnolias. Oh,
Yeah.
the banter in that. So I'm so excited to have that one on my TBR.
Yeah. If you don't get to it because you have so many that you're currently reading and you have pre-TBR books, if you don't get to that one until like the fall, like that would be a
Yeah.
really fun one to read like close to Halloween and then do
I
some
think it'd be
content with.
fun.
Yeah.
The whole the ladies, women's book club in the night set in the 90s. I think that's up our alley
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that
Oh,
might be a
yeah.
good spooky one to keep
Yeah.
on the radar.
Yeah.
So
But don't hold off if you want to read it. Go ahead and
that
read it.
Mhm.
But
that is on the list.
yeah.
So
Or you could read
yeah,
it and then tell us if we should cover it on
for
an
sure.
episode. So that'd be good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm next for me is going to be the Meet at the Lake and then One Golden Summer. So this is Carly Fortune, and I've read her first. Every Summer After was the first book kind of installment in this one. These are all standalones. You don't have to read them in publication order, but I'm always going to read them in publication order. But One Golden Summer just came out not that long ago, and I've heard like amazing things about this one. Every Summer After is probably one of my all-time favorite like summer romance books. I don't even have it because I've lent it to a friend, but I read it on a plane whenever we were going to a resort, and I read it in one sitting. I started it and ended it before we got off the plane because I was just
Oh my
like,
gosh.
and like if you know me at all, I have like major flight anxiety. That's how good the book was. Like I was able just to like
Ooh.
turbulence, didn't even know it was happening. Like I was so like invested. So I'm really
Locked
excited.
in.
But when Meet Me at the Lake came out, I think it was last year. Let me see. 2023. So it came out 2 summers ago. And I didn't see like great reviews, and I just didn't want to like taint my opinion on Carly Fortune because these are her first novels. Like she's never come out with anything, and she came out with such like a banger for the first one. But now that this one's come out, people are making a lot of content with all 3 of them, and a lot of people did like this one. And that's my sign. I need to stop letting people influence me, and just if I like an author, I just need to read it. So I'm going to read these. These are very like summer lake vibes. I think both of these are kind of second chance romance, but different takes on them, which is exactly what the first one was too. So I'm excited.
Sounds nice. Sounds cozy.
Yeah,
I like
they're
it.
very just,
Yeah.
they're feel good, but they're emotional. It's just, I need to have a little bit of depth, and her first one did. It was one of the best books I've ever read. So
Can I ask you what was the one that you read on the flight? Is this going on my later if I ever get on a flight and need to not be scared?
Every Summer After.
Okay. Because there's a time for that. So
Yes.
if I'm not already like in the middle of something,
But this is Every Summer After it's one of my favorite types of writing. Like anytime that I have an idea of a book that I want to write personally, I almost always kind of like the idea of doing mirrored timelines or like flashing back to memories that make the present make more sense. Like I love that style of writing, and that's how Every Summer After is written. So that's part of why I liked it as much as I did. If you don't like that style, you might not like it as much, but I love dual timeline type books. That's my favorite. Especially like you give me somebody that's like a grandmother and a granddaughter dual timelines in a book, like sign me up. That's my favorite. That's my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
So but yeah.
Okay. Angela, did you have any other gems you wanted to pop off?
She's done.
No.
She could not add another thing to her list.
Okay.
So
My TBR is full.
I thought I would ask.
Oh, go for it, Cassandra.
Yeah.
Is this your actual TBR?
This is my actual TBR,
Okay,
and
TBR.
my ATBR. I kept it short. I mean, as short as can be. So this is this is one that I happened upon on our book talk. So I felt like I needed to give this one a shot. So this goes out, shout out to Books with Josie. This popped on my FYP, and she put a full list together of intense yearning. I think she called it aggressive yearning. Books with aggressive yearning, and I am looking for that. I'm wanting that in what I read. Especially, I'm chasing that feeling, that Bridgerton season 2 feeling. So I'm wanting that type of intense yearning, aggressive yearning. So when she said that, I was like, okay, sign me up. So she
Side
has
point, really quick before you move in. Before you move on, would you ever read the Bridgerton books?
Yeah, that's actually on my later TBR.
As long as they're somewhere in one of your sections.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about reading them too, because I like the show so much. So that was just what I was asking if you would.
Yes. Again, big shout out to big shout out. It's so good. Yeah. I mean, let me just say,
I think that you've told us that before, and I feel like I was equally as shocked. Maybe I blocked it from my memory.
It's such a part of our culture that I feel like you have to experience it once.
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of those you have to be in the mood for. You have to know what you're getting into. Yes. For Angela, come on.
Okay, for Angela, yes.
Angela,
for me, I could be in any mood and I would like to watch Bridgerton. So.
Same.
Okay,
but I'm thinking of my audience here. I'm trying to sell it to her.
Yeah, no, you're right. That was fair.
Yeah. You have to be in the mood for it. Know what you're signing up for. Know that it is just like so cheesy, but just accept it and go with it.
Just go with it. Cheesy. I feel like
I started it.
You didn't
I started like the first episode. I'm telling you, like if they don't hook me, like I think I've watched like the first 30 minutes. I was like, I can't do this. Like, but I just need to give it a chance. I know, and I need to be patient.
Because I think that you would like the Queen Charlotte spinoff. I think you would really like that one. And so, but I think you need to watch. I guess the first 2 seasons came out, and then Queen Charlotte, and then the 3rd season. So watch it in like order that it came out in. But but I think you would really like the Queen Charlotte one. I really think that you would. So, but you need to watch the first 2 first.
To be watched.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be watched for the summer.
Yes. Yeah.
That and Gilmore Girls. You've got to watch Gilmore Girls.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that you're signing up for like a long time.
I know.
You but don't make any other plans. You got to read and watch.
In the fall. I think it's a fall show. I think you should.
Gilmore Girls is a fall show.
So Bridgerton for the summer, and then Gilmore Girls for the fall.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That'll be a good summer/fall viewing experience, I think. But yeah, be in the right headspace for Bridgerton.
Jill's gonna be like, man, by the time she finishes both those shows, like what the hell is this white experience? Like, they are both such a white show.
It's funny.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Back to your aggressive yearning.
I
want to hear about aggressive yearning. I'm totally invested.
Yes. And I have to say, just on the Bridgerton note, the Bridgerton reading note, I'm a little intimidated to read it, but also inspired because, again, shout out to my sister-in-law. A lot of my TBR is due to her recommendations. So she's read the Bridgerton series, and I think I've said this, or I've told y'all at least, and she liked it. Yeah. So I might, that's why it's on my later for sure, because I got some stuff.
Yeah.
So this is up next though. This is on my actual TBR. This is called, so thanks to again Books with Josie. This is a little series. The series is called Fae Flings and Corset Strings. The author is Tassonja Odette. I apologize if I butchered your name, but yes. So first of all, I'm so intrigued because of the catchy name, Fae Flings and Corset Strings. I love a good name. Yes. So that's the series, and the book is called A Rivalry of Hearts. And so she describes it as it's enemies to lovers. She also describes it as a cozy romantasy. I thought that was nice. I'm like, okay, so nothing to really, and that's what I would say. Bridgerton can be like is it's more like a cozy. You're not gonna have to think too hard to get into it. Yeah. So cozy romantasy. There is some spice in it, so we'll see how that goes. But there's intense yearning, which is what I want.
Yes.
That's what I'm all for. So
I've never heard of those. It's interesting. I'll look forward to hearing your thoughts on them.
And there's a second book, and I heard the second book is even better than the first. So something to look forward to. We'll see. I feel like I'm signing myself up for like a short, a doable TBR. Realistic TBR,
Achievable.
but also like achievable, doable, realistic, you name it. I think I can do it. So yeah. So I set myself up for success. So hopefully we'll see. It might be pushed back to my later TBR. So
Okay.
yeah. That's all for me. Becca, what else you got?
I have several, so I'm gonna do like rapid
You
fire.
gotta show your stack. Show your stack for our
Like
visual.
For the whole
our visual.
of all of
if
them?
you're not a visual listener, be a visual listener now, so you can see this gorgeous stack here. Look at that. Woo! There's some good ones on there.
Yeah, you gotta make a video, Becca.
So I'm excited.
TikTok video.
I wanted to like get a little bit of everything. Like obviously, like I gotta know that I'm gonna like it. So a lot of it is more geared towards my style, but I wanted to include some fantasy. I wanted to include some, thriller or whatever, just to switch it up for whatever I'm feeling at the time. But the next one is everybody on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, Shield of Sparrows. But like, can we take a moment for this book? Like, it's just beautiful.
Wow.
For our audio only listeners, I'm showing the sprayed edges. It's just gorgeous.
Very
so
nice.
This is obviously a romantasy series that's taken TikTok by storm. A lot of people were pinning this book up to Silver Elite, but I think that they're just two totally different books. And so with all that's going on with Silver Elite, we'll get to that one eventually. But for this one, I'm excited. This is, of course, a romantasy. It's princess and monsters. And yeah, everybody kind of knows about this one. So I'm excited to read that one, to throw some fantasy in here because I don't really have a whole lot in my TBR, surprisingly. And I think it's because I'm coming off of Say You'll Remember Me. I'm still in that head and I'm about to be back in the Binding 13 world. So I'll have to make a complete 180 to get into romantasy. My next one is going to be Malibu Rising. This has been on my summer TBR for the last 3 years. I've had it on my bookshelf and I just need to read it because I know that it's supposed to be amazing. It's a Taylor Jenkins read. She's phenomenal. She's one of my favorite authors also. My Emily Henry book that has been sitting on my shelf, that has been patiently waiting for me to read. I'm going to read it.
I know.
Great Big Beautiful Life. I feel like I need some books in between the Abby Jimenez and this one though, because I think if I just do back to back, I just don't think I think it might wreck me. So I am going to dive into Magnolia Parks, which is a whole series. So we'll see how much I like this one and if I dive into the rest of the series. But from what I understand, if you are a Gossip Girl fan, you would love this series. I ate up Gossip Girl. I thought that I was part of Gossip Girl for a while. So I'm excited to read this because I think that it's going to be good. Another book that's been on my summer TBR for several years is The High Tide Club. This is supposed to be a very summer, cozy beach read. So I'm excited to read this one. And then to throw a little thriller in there, She Started It. And this is supposed to be about friends that were friends as children, and then they end up linking back up as adults, but they haven't spoken in forever, and then somebody goes missing. But it's a beachy thriller. So that's my TBR so far.
That one sounds Pretty Little Liars-esque.
Yeah, I think that that's kind of inspired just from what I've read on the back. It might be totally different than that.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. So, but I'll be posting content and letting y'all know how I'm feeling as I'm reading. This might all be scrapped because I might start throwing a class and it might just not even matter. But that's my goal right now. I think the success of this TBR will be determined by if I get back into my reading sprints like I sometimes get into. So
Summer's a good time for that.
Yeah.
So.
Except my son is home during the summer.
Oh, well.
So
yeah. I'm right there with ya.
But I was telling the girls that I took my son to Barnes & Noble to pick up their little summer reading challenge, and he was so excited, and he picked out some books, and he's going into second grade, so he's really his reading is taking off, and he can read full chapter books and comprehend and everything. So he's excited. So I'm kind of hoping maybe he and I can have some reading time together. Don't know if we're gonna get there, but
you have to implement quiet time / reading time.
Yes.
Dedicated reading time.
Yes.
You're going to have to, so he can do the challenge.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I've already thought, I'm you know what, when my daughter is napping, that's when I used to be able to get some reading time done. And so I'm thinking when she naps, that's when we'll have house quiet time. right? Like she's napping, the house needs to be quiet. So like mommy's going to read and you can read or do something quietly. And that way I can keep up with that. So, but we'll see.
Nice. That's a good plan.
Yeah. Other
Solid.
stay-at-home moms are like, ha, like good luck.
No,
They-
that's
yeah.
what I do. That's what I do
Yeah.
with my son. When he usually naps. He's pretty good about napping. But if I'm watching my nephew at the same time, he's a year older, and sometimes he doesn't nap. And I'm like, it's still quiet time. So it works for him even at 3. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be sure to tell Trey that like if a 3-year-old can do it, then you can do it. So sit down and be quiet. And
He'll
read.
definitely do it.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's great. Yeah. I hope that it works.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. But those are our TBRs. And we are, again, so grateful for this season. I'm grateful to you two ladies for doing so much of the work behind the scenes. You guys edit and put so much heart and soul into socials and things like that. So thank you for making this first season such a success. And we are just so happy to be wrapping up the season. So we will see you guys on socials. Again, you can follow us on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can subscribe to us on YouTube if you like to visually watch the episodes, or you can listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much. And we will see you guys in the fall and on socials in the meantime. So thank you.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of The Book Carriers.
We hope you enjoyed diving into this week's read with us as much as we did.
Thank you so much for joining us on this literary adventure. Your support means the world to us.
If you loved today's episode, don't forget to follow us on social media for updates, behind-the-scene fun, and more bookish content.
And if you're feeling generous, please rate our podcast 5 stars. Your reviews help other book carriers find us and join our growing community.
Remember, we'll be back with a new episode every week, catching up on our latest read.
Until next time, keep reading and living those amazing stories.
Bye for now.
Happy reading.
I've been called to the pages, and it doesn't take long.